Oh, the humanity, what is going on? This is very, very techy with Sir Lewis Hamilton and these comments post another epic fail of a qualifying session. It's chaos, this is right. And I've set the scene by saying that Lewis Hamilton is 39, soon to be 40 years old. And we know that the oldest truism as far as F1 is concerned is that it's a young man's game. Only 3 drivers named Farina, Brabham and somebody else whose name evades me have ever won a Formula One championship at 40 years old or older. But yet and still, this is only a couple of weeks after the epic win that was Silverstone. Lewis has put in some brilliant drives, and again, race pace has never been his thing, right? He's never lacked for that, nor will he ever, because of course, for the avoidance of doubt, he's Sir Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton, GOAT settings. However, he said this. I'm going to go through it. It's risky, but let's have a listen to what he had to say, because again, a picture tells 1,000 words. Let's have a listen.
Furious.
Tell me why.
Furious. Absolutely furious. Because I could have been pole. I think I could have been on the front row, at least on the front row, and I just didn't do the job at the end. Lost a tenth and a half into turn 1, or through turn 1 and 2, and then I lost another tenth at the last corner. So there's no one to blame but myself, and it's yeah. Qualifying has been my weakness for a minute now, and I can't figure it out. So just.
You hear him say qualifying's been his weakness and he can't figure it out. Oh,
I'll keep trying.
For real.
And yeah.
That's tough to hear because you're qualifying around here in the past.
Oh,
you have
humanity.
A record round here. This has been a fantastic track for you. So how do you get over that and reset for tomorrow and try and move forward in the race?
Yeah, probably a little bit kicking myself over the next couple of hours, and then I ultimately I've got to continue. I've got to move forwards. We have a good race car. The team have done an amazing job this weekend. And we really have cars been feeling so much better than yesterday, than last race, and the team deserve better. Maybe they'll get that with Kimi.
Oh, the humanity. He said the team deserve better as far as his qualifying pace of late or lack thereof. And maybe they'll get it with Kimi Antonelli next year. What are we doing? We talked about confidence or lack thereof as far as Lando Norris is concerned. But this is Lewis Hamilton. This feels like a new low. And what makes it worse is that this is in stark contrast to his performances over the course of the past couple race weekends, right? Belgium, he was incredible at... What are we talking about? Silverstone was a landmark victory again. It felt like Lewis had indeed turned a corner, and now we get this Lewis Hamilton. This, the chap, 7-time champion, Singapore 2018, Silverstone 2000. And this is the guy, right? How now is he talking like this? Why is he so low? Talking, although I feel slightly tongue-in-cheek, about he hopes that Kimi Antonelli can deliver, can give to the team what he's failing to. Oh, the humanity. And then check this one out. If you think it's bad, you haven't seen anything yet, check this one out. This is Lewis Hamilton reacting again to his qualifying session at the Italian Grand Prix yesterday. Oh, the humanity.
So tight at the minute between the top 4 teams. Any kind of explanation as to why maybe you weren't able to get everything out of it today?
Yeah, because I'm not very good. Simple as that. I'm just not very good at qualifying.
But you just haven't suddenly got bad. Do you have the idea about...
Just for the avoidance of doubt, he said there, I'm just not very good at qualifying. George, you're an absolute legend, sir. I'm just not very good at qualifying. This is Sir Lewis Hamilton talking here. I don't even know what to say. I genuinely, at this point, feel like I want to cry. But I digress.
So you have. I can't put a lap together, and it's.
Lawrence Barretto desperately trying to lift Lewis Hamilton's spirit, says, well, you clearly aren't bad at qualifying. You don't just become bad at qualifying overnight. To which Lewis Hamilton responds, well, I clearly am very bad. I can't pull a lap together at the moment.
Unbelievably frustrating, but I'll keep working at it, and that's all I can do.
Just Q3 was...
Mate, I don't even know what to say at this point. This is like a completely new level of chaos for me. I don't know how to respond. And we've talked about this ad infinitum in the broader context of one Lando Norris. about his confidence or lack thereof, his constant down talking, and that surely this can't be a positive thing for him. But this is a brand new thing for Sir Lewis. I've never heard him as despondent as he is now. Now we know that his qualifying record season to date hasn't been fantastic against George Russell. 11-4 he's getting beaten. But again, this is George Russell, right? We've talked about George's ability to handle a car that's on a knife edge, and the Mercedes car hasn't been fantastic. The W15, yet and still, as at the first of the night, 2024, isn't great. Give Lewis Hamilton a car and he can nail it, put it on pole. I understand the fact that he's disappointed and that he didn't put in a lap, and that Monza is a brilliant circuit for him. Please see Silverstone settings. Again, he's always been that good around here. He's won 7 times around here. Record-breaking settings as near as makes no difference. But this level of negativity and despondence from Sir Lewis, Carl, Davidson, Hamilton, this absolutely is bonkers. I feel like the space-time continuum is broken. I feel like I'm in the Matrix and I've just seen a black cat walk across my path twice. This surely has to be a glitch. Why so despondent, Sir Lewis? And listen, some will say, listen, I'm glad that he's been honest now about his qualifying performance, because some of the Sir Lewis Hamilton fans around the world will cry sabotage. You remember earlier on in the season, Lewis was talking about tyre temps and things that went missing. All of a sudden, he was brilliant in free practice, but his pace just went fugazi when it came to the pace session that were qualifying, which of course led to he's not insubstantial, very dedicated fan base who will go to war and die for Sir Lewis Hamilton, saying this has to be sabotage, right? There's no way that George Russell is fast enough to beat Sir Lewis with this frequency, to this extent. Now, as at the 1st of the 9th, 2024, it is 11-4 George Russell versus Sir Lewis Hamilton. And that's a paradigm shift in terms of a performance. Why? Well, because I didn't ever think I'd see anybody beat Sir Lewis Hamilton in that Mercedes in qualifying performance. I just didn't. Never thought I'd see it happen. I will be honest with you, and this is daft and it's mind-boggling. On the eve or the morning of the Italian Grand Prix, what are we doing here? This is chaos. I feel like I'm being left despondent. Is he being overly emotional? Potentially, Dean. Potentially, but you can't hate him for it, right? I think it's just the words that shock me. How can he say Lewis Hamilton, 7-time champion, GOAT settings? How is he talking with that tone? The words that came out of his mouth were, I'm not doing the team the service that they deserve. Hopefully, when Kimi comes in next year, hopefully he can give the team, take them back to the mountaintop and deliver the qualifying performance that they deserve. He's saying that he's bad at qualifying. Lawrence desperately tries to pick him up, as journos try to do from time to time, to not make it awkward, to big him up. You are Lewis Hamilton. All of a sudden, overnight, you just don't become a bad qualifier. To that, Lewis Hamilton responds thus, well, clearly I am bad because I can't pull together a qualifying lap. What are we doing here? I don't know where to go with this. You know, many times I come on here and I've got a structure. I've got a stream of thought and it can give you exactly what I think. But I'm so sad and despondent hearing Lewis Hamilton talk so disappointingly about himself with such truth and earnest. It just doesn't even make sense. I don't even know who that chap is. Now, we know that Lewis can be truthful and can be a bit despondent with himself. We've seen it before, head in hand settings, especially around qualifying season today. He's got that in him. He's a truth sayer. And sometimes he can beat himself up too much. Some say that it's never as good as it seems or as bad as it seems. And maybe Sir Lewis might want to be a bit more stoic with that. Where did he put it? 6th. Not the end of the world. But I think Lewis is upset at the fact that George has beat him again. His teammate. And again, it's Andrea Kimi Antonelli. And the attention is being taken away from Sir Lewis Hamilton. Now more than ever, I feel like Lewis needs to go away and have a word with himself. Get his qualifying. He'll be brilliant today in the race, by the way. Now motivated, keen to prove a point that he's still got it in him. And I think he still does have it in him. As he approaches a new horizon, pastures anew, red car settings, red overall settings. It will be Maranello this time next year. And it will be an adoring Charles Fossey and Lewis Hamilton fan base all in red across the Monza Grand Prix circuit. Silverstone too. But between now and then, I feel like Lewis needs a pickup, doesn't he? Let's go out there and do what he does best, as he has done so many times before at Singapore 2018, Silverstone 2008, Brazil 2021. He needs to remember that Lewis Hamilton is him. He is that guy. He's provided hope for so many millions of F1 fans around the world. Record-breaking settings, unprecedented settings, paradigm shift settings. Lewis Hamilton is that guy. There has never been a mainstream F1 driver have the success that he has for as long as he has, remain as motivated enduringly as he has. And Lewis Hamilton needs to have a word with himself this morning. The morning of the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. He needs to understand this and go and effect change in real time. Sir Lewis, Carl Davidson Hamilton, what are we doing here?